Hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. My name is Risa Sasso. I'm the Homeownership Counselor at the Virgin Islands Housing Finance Authority. I also have today with me Ms. Sophia Farrelly, who's a Homeownership Coordinator. June is Housing Month, so welcome to one of our first series of Understanding Credit, one of the 4 series. In this session, I will go over the key tips in understanding credit and credit reports. So what exactly is credit and why it's so important? Simply definition is using borrowed money to pay something that's owed. Let me go ahead. Alrighty, so credit is money you borrow to pay for something over time, such as bank loans and credit cards. Basically, buy now, pay later. Understanding the importance of good credit, the importance of good credit to rent or buy things you want or need, like a car, a house, useful in emergencies, to get lower interest rate and to save money. People go with excellent credit to get the lowest interest rate. Buying or renting things that you want, which is easier. To get lower interest rate on bank loans and credit cards. To lease properties. When you rent an apartment, the landlord wants to know that you will be able to pay the rent back, so they're gonna make sure that they check your credit. To establish utility services such as phones, cell phones, electric and gas, water, cable, etc. And it's used to make employment, housing and insurance as well. Alrighty, we have the 4 C's of credit. And with the 4 C's of credit, you have capacity, which is the current income, your income history and future, earning potential, and also amount you owe. Capital is a down payment, the loan fees, closing costs, and moving expenses. Credit history is the payment history, current liabilities, past problems, and no credit history. And collateral is basically your home, the property that you're going to be owning. A credit report is a record of how you have paid your debts in the past. So it actually tells the lender who you are, how much debt you owe, or how much debt you have, how you have paid your bills in the past, on time, late, or never. It also gives you a report of your monthly and up to 5 to 7 years of history. And also it gives you whether there is negative information about your public record, foreclosure, write-offs, and liens. You can access a free credit report it's also entitled that you can get a free credit report annually. And when a company takes adverse action against you, and you request one within 60 days or receiving notice of an action. If you're unemployed and plan to look for a job within 60 days, also if you are receiving public assistance, you can also get a free credit report. If your report is inaccurate because of fraud, including identity theft, and by using free credit report sites, online sites, that does not require membership fees, such as like Credit Karma and so forth. You can also obtain a free credit report from those. Credit report, you can also get a free credit report from annualcreditreport.com. It's listed on the screen, and also TransUnion, which is www.transunion.com, Experian, www.experian.com, and also Equifax. Those are other search engines that you can also get your credit report for free as well. Okay, what is credit scores? So your credit score can range anywhere between 350 and 850, 350 being poor and 850 being excellent. So a credit score is a number that predicts the risk level of a person's by measuring how much you have borrowed, from whom you have borrowed, how well you have repaid your debts, how you are handling current debts, like how you're actually paying your debts monthly, and also calculated based on information in your credit report, and also check credit scores before applying for new credit. So those are different things that's actually listed in your credit scores. Alrighty, so understanding your credit score, as I said, your scores can be ranged anywhere between 300 or 300 to 350 to 850 and 900, 900 being excellent. So what makes up your credit score? So past payment history, which is 35%, outstanding debts, which is 30%, how long you have your credit history, which is 15%, and types of credit, which is 10%, which is like new credit cards. Type of credit is which is like credit cards, store cards, installment loans, finance companies, mortgage loans. Those are actually the type of credit. And new credit, which is 10%, which is like new applications and so forth. Okay. Reviewing your credit report. Information that's in your credit report, such as your name, your current and previous address, your social security number, date of birth, current and present employment. Those are actually listed on your credit report. Credit information, such as specific details about your credit, like your car loan, other loans, personal credit cards, and so forth, and open and closed balances, which is credit information that's listed on the report. Public records information, such as bankruptcies, foreclosure, tax liens, unpaid taxes, court judgments, and also inquiries, names of those who have actually obtained a credit report for you within the past between the past 3 months to 2 years will be also included in your credit report as inquiries. Types of credit accounts. You have individual account, which is actually by yourself, and you have joint account, which will be with someone else, which is a shared account. And you have authorized user, which allows someone else to use your credit card. It actually belongs to the primary holder. Then we have payment arrangements, which you have installment, which is loans, which is month to month, period of time. It's up to a period of time. And you have revolving accounts, which is credit cards, more like line of credit. And then you have 30-day, which is going to be paid in full every month. So those are the different type of payment arrangements that you have when you have a credit card loan or so forth. Checking your credit for errors. You will review your credit report regularly to make sure that there's no errors on it. Open it and review. You're going to open your statements and you're going to review balances, payments, and interest rate to make sure that they're correct. You're not just going to take your bill and just shred it. You're going to make sure you look at it and make sure the balances and everything is correct. You're going to actually also send information as needed if you need to dispute any information on your credit report or anything that you may have that's inaccurate. Then you're going to explain the problem in a brief letter to the credit reporting agency. You're going to contact the creditors directly if needed, so that you can make sure that you get that information off of your credit report and get the information corrected. Do we have any questions so far, Sophia? Anybody's asking any questions?
No.
Okay. Ways to correct your credit report. You're gonna follow the instruction provided. You're gonna tell the credit reporting agency about your mistakes. You're going to send additional information if they ask you to send the information, and you're gonna do it as soon as possible. You're gonna explain the problem in a brief letter, as I mentioned before. You're going to contact them directly as well, and you're going to make sure you send them a letter to let them know the side of your story and to make sure that they go ahead and fix any information that may be in error. Also, common credit problems. We have pattern of late payments or current debts, past poor credit performance. You have bankruptcies. You also have judgments and liens. Those are common credit problems. You have past due on collection accounts and charge-off accounts. Okay, the truth about credit repair. No one can remove accurate information on your credit report, which means you cannot ask someone to just close out those accounts for you without being paid. You have to pay them in full. There's no quick fix about that. It can take years to repair. Those are not, it don't take years to repair your credit. Once you're focused, you can clear your credit once you know exactly what you have to do within 6 months to a year, depends on how bad the information is on your credit report that you have to fix, but it can be fixed. No one can create a new identity for you. No, that's not a good thing to do because it can also come back and bite you in the future. Ask for paying before services are provided. Some credit, once they wanted to fix your credit report, they might ask you for payment before services are provided. That's not a good thing to do. Advising you to dispute all negative information. If you know you owe it, then you should go ahead and pay it. Over promising quick results. So those are watch out for quick credit fixes that you have to look out for. Alrighty, solving credit problems. Prepare and follow a realistic spending plan. Stick to the plan. If it's not working, go ahead and change it, but try to stick with it for at least 3 to 6 months. And if you see it's not working for you, then you go ahead and change it. You must go ahead and contact your creditors. If you have any issues, contact them immediately. Let them know the problem. Seek professional help, like from a credit counselor, that they may be able to assist you. Pay past due accounts. That is very, very helpful. Make sure that you pay them current. Write an explanation letter. It will actually make you remember or allow you to remember what happened and the reason why you were actually not paying your bills on time or the reasons for it. Negotiate a debt management plan and reestablishing credit. And you can do that within, as I said, within 6 to 12 months once you stick to the plan. Alrighty, improving your credit score. What you need to do is correct any inaccurate information. Pay your bills on time. Make sure you know exactly when the due date is, so you could go ahead and pay your bills on time. Minimize outstanding debt, which means that you're gonna pay down on your existing debts and make sure that you keep them to a level that you can afford and you can pay monthly. Open new accounts as needed. If you don't need that other account or that other credit card, don't go ahead and open it, because that means that's an extra payment that you have to make. Use credit cards responsibly. You're gonna make sure that when you charge something, you're gonna make sure that you make those payments monthly, and make sure you know your balance so that you can know exactly what it is, how much you have to go ahead and pay off, and also reestablish if you have had problems. Alrighty, so we're gonna talk about building non-traditional credit. Ways of building non-traditional credit is rent and insurance payment, which shows a period of a time that shows how much you paid for probably a year or two. Gas, electrical, and other utilities such as VIHFA and your electrical companies. Childcare, child support payments, those are other way of having non-traditional credit. And other large reoccurring expenses such as rent to own, furniture stores, once they can prove that you made those payments within a period of time and make sure that they are actually on time. When you're actually getting that, you want to make sure that your landlord show that you made those payments for a period of time, on time, monthly, with no late payments. Okay, avoiding identity theft. Only provide social security number as needed. Don't give your social security number to companies you don't know. Also, avoid, be cautious with personal information. Make sure you know why your personal information is required and what is it being used for. So don't just go ahead and give that information freely. You want to know exactly why you're giving that information out. You need to go ahead and shred your documents, which contains your personal information and account numbers. You're not gonna just throw it in the trash. You're gonna make sure you shred them so all that information is shredded. And keep mail safe. You're going to, in case you're moving and so forth, you're gonna make sure that you keep it in a safe box so that you can have it at any time, but also safe from anyone that's so you won't be able to get identity theft. And store personal information in a safe place, which includes personal information that you can keep in your home and work. You're gonna keep them in a safe, locked place. Alrighty, and where you can go to get additional information, you can go to the Virgin Islands Housing Finance Authority. We're located in Frenchtown in St. Thomas, and our telephone number is 777-4432, and on St. Croix in the Flitz complex, Suite 210, and our telephone number there is 772-4432. And any one of our homeownership coordinators will be willing to assist you and give you any additional information that you may have. Once we don't have any more questions, do we have any questions, Ms. Farrelly?
No, no questions.
Okay, I want to thank everybody for tuning in today to one of the 4 webinar series that we're gonna have. The next the next session is going to be on June 7th. So tune in on June 7th for our next webinar. And thank you and have a wonderful day.